Hey y'all, my name is Meredith and today I'm going to be showing you how I make gluten-free olive cheese balls. This video is totally inspired by my Nana. She used to make these for Thanksgiving and Christmas appetizers when my sisters and I were growing up, except she used to make them in batches of like 60. Even though she would make them and freeze them, we would still end up having like 40 of them for a Thanksgiving appetizer. And I just remember not wanting to eat Thanksgiving dinner because I was so full from eating so many olive cheese balls. I am going to put up my hair and wash my hands because I'm ready to start cooking. One of the great things about this recipe is that you can freeze them. So if it's something like Thanksgiving where you don't have time to make so many things on one day, this is something very easy to make in advance. Start with 2 sets of paper towels, one on a plate and one to use for drying. This recipe isn't necessarily going to give you the same amount of olive cheese balls every time. It all depends on your scoop. I started out with 15 olives and you'll see later that I ended up needing a few more, so go ahead and start with 20. There's no special technique to drying out your olives. I like to use the paper towel method. Just make sure you don't smash them. Line a baking sheet with nonstick foil and lightly spray it. Now add 3 tablespoons of softened butter, you don't want it melted, and 1 cup of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. Using a fork, combine the cheese and softened butter until it starts to look like this and it all sort of sticks together. Now you can add the rest of your ingredients. Half a cup of gluten-free flour, 1 teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a dash of salt, and a dash of cayenne pepper. Using a fork, combine these ingredients before you add the water. Your mixture isn't going to start to look like a dough until after you add 3 tablespoons of water, and I like to mix this part with my hands just so it gets nice and firm. Once the ingredients are well combined, I like to push it up against the side because I find it easier to scoop. Using a 1 tablespoon size scoop, scoop up your mixture and pat it on the palm of your hand until it's a circle. Put the olive in the center, wrap the mixture around it, and roll it in your hand until it forms a ball. Like I mentioned earlier, I set out only 15 olives to start and I had a little bit of extra mixture left. It's going to vary every time you make this recipe. Just make sure if you get a few extra out, you don't forget to dry them. Now, before they go in the oven, you're going to dust each olive cheese ball with a little bit of paprika. Today I ended up with 19 olive cheese balls. Sometimes I have 17, sometimes I have 22. It's better to go ahead and put out a few extra olives and go ahead and dry them. That way you don't have to get out more in the middle like I had to do. My olive cheese balls are now ready to go in and bake. They're gonna go in the oven for about 15 minutes until they turn golden brown. My oven is set to 400 degrees. I made myself wait 10 minutes for these to cool. Even if the outside starts to feel like it's cooling off, that olive is gonna be really hot in the middle. That olive is such a burst of saltiness, and the paprika on the outside really gives it a nice little kick. I have not made these since last Thanksgiving, and it's just bringing so many memories. Now I know why I would eat 40 at a time. The full recipe for my gluten-free olive cheese balls is in the link down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to know what you think if you make these in your own kitchen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.